Hi guys, welcome to the next video. So this is today's longer form content video. It will be still going up every single Saturday. There is a move on the way. You can see I'm in a different background. I am moving, but I will do a longer form content on that shortly this weekend, and it will definitely be up by the end of the weekend. And then I do lives on Sundays at 8:30 UK evening time, so I'll put it up there too. But today we're visiting the Ucanbe exotic flavors, and we're going to go in with the yellows today because that's one of the colors that I haven't done. I've done a sunset color, and we might put in a medium toned maybe warm brown with this too, because I think it would be really nice. So all my skincare for times purposes is on, SPF included. What I'm going to do today before the primer, or sorry, after the primer, is the Essence foundation stick. Now this doesn't have SPF, but it's really handy for travel in the summer. It's light, it's not too heavy. So we're going to do that. I'm still using my Rimmel. I will do my makeup rotation maybe tonight and film that. This is the Fix and Perfect Rimmel primer, and it is the 5-in-1 base. So it smooths, mattifies, resurfaces, brightens and protects. So we're going to do that too. This shirt, I'm not quite sure about it yet, but I'm wearing it today. So let's go ahead. So this is what it looks like. It's a very cream formula too, but yellows are lovely for summer as well, guys. A little bit too much came out there. Do be careful because it's quite runny. I didn't even put the slightest pressure on that and a lot came out, but it's a really nice formula. Really good for if you're looking for like a medium coverage stay, long wear basically. And Rimmel are really good brand for, you know, cost and things like that. So that's what we're going to do. Really rub that around. All my skincare has time to settle in, and we're just going to put the rest on the T-zone where I initially start to lose the makeup. It's usually the chin area, kind of around the nose and the forehead. So that's kind of where I focus it on. So what we're going to do is pop on that as that's rubbing in. I'm just going to show you the actual palette itself. So I have to be careful because I have used a lot and some of them are quite loose, but look at those yellows, guys. And you do get a glitter as well, but I have some warm browns as well that I thought, and I will pop up the palette itself on screen. Really gorgeous colors. They do in neutrals, all browns, cold and warm browns as well, so that's something if you like that. What I'm going to do, have my water here as well today, guys. So that's what we're going to be doing. Let's go in with the foundation stick. So you can get them in various colors, and they're not named, they're numbered. So mine is 90. I have actually 3, and I think I'd get away with this today if I just do it. Let's have a look here. Yeah, it's like I've got a slight tan, but I think this should be okay. I hope everyone is well. So yes, I am moving. Probably I've got, this is why everything's kind of rotating in terms of the video background. My live will most likely be tomorrow night here in this setting. I've got viewings basically. So because it's a rental property, when I let them know I was moving, I think initially she was going to stay, the landlord, and then she's decided to put it on the rental market again. So I've had like 2 weeks, including this weekend. I have to kind of make sure everything was basically as it was when I moved in. So yes, so what I'm going to do is, no I didn't. I'm going to go in with my foundation brush. I'm going to try and use this one instead of the sponge. This is the Real Techniques, and I'm going to use this is the buffing brush just to buff that foundation in. I am going to go in with my Makeup by Mario because it is slightly paler, and the Makeup by Mario is a skin sculpting enhancer. Some people use it as a contour depending on the color that they get. Mine is in light, so I'm just going to use it just to brighten the skin, give it back some color before we go in with a bronze. But that is a lovely, it gives you a glow, guys. Really quick to apply as well. You could pop that in your bag. It's very travel friendly too if you're traveling on holiday, and it's a very affordable brand, Essence. So that's that, guys. I think it's quite nice, but you can see from my natural color it is a little bit paler. So what we're going to do is go in before the concealer and everything else. I'm going to just show you my Makeup by Mario. This is the Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer. This is in light, but it does come in deeper colors. So if you wanted a really good contour, you could use this. This is what it looks like. And all I do is I apply it with my finger around the skin, and it just gives a nice kind of glow. And it's nice and light too, and I just put that there. So I'm going to use the same brush, and we're going to just pop that around the face, and you'll see it just gives a nice glow. I know the color comes off a bit, thinking that it might be a bronzer. You can use it and get a deeper color as a skin enhancer, but you can see it's just giving that kind of nice glow. So what we're going to do is go in with the color corrector and then the concealer. So this is the Maybelline Eraser Multi-Use Concealer. I'm so surprised I'm still getting results out of that, but I'm going to keep going until I don't. I use this as a color corrector and then I go in with my concealer, and today's concealer will be e.l.f. if I have brought it. Yes, the hydrating concealer from Camo Concealer from e.l.f. So this is just going to be a color corrector. This is in peach, but you can get it in green. And I just put it in the areas where I certainly have redness or discoloration. Okay. And again, it's a great sponge applicator, so it saves a lot of time. And you can actually pat this in with your finger. It's really great, like that. With the warmth of the finger, actually gives it a bit more natural way to kind of move it about the skin. And then just putting that around. I am going to use my foundation brush for the concealer itself. So let's pop the concealer on. So you're getting that glowy kind of look, guys, which I really like for summer as well. I'm definitely investing more, and I've said that on a couple of my videos as well as my lives, in skincare. And then, you know, there's some gorgeous eyeshadow palettes out there, absolutely. Pat McGrath are doing amazing, but they are seriously high in terms of cost. So I'm kind of investing in the skincare, and then eventually if I like something towards Christmas or an eyeshadow palette, when I kind of get where I want to be, I'll then start to go in with that. So what I'm going to do is go back in with that. So again, what I do first is I don't initially put a brush to the eye. I warm that to the skin, so that all the brush's job is to kind of put that color around the face. So I'm not depending on it to actually blend. It's just going to kind of spread it out naturally, and that way my eye isn't getting damaged. So that's what I would advise. You can obviously go in with the sponge if you want to too. I'm just going to do that, and then when we do go in with the sponge, with the brush, it is going to then look more natural. So that's what I'm going to do. This is, again, Real Techniques are great if you keep them. This foundation brush, now I have gotten another one in the meantime, has lasted me, I'm not kidding you guys, and this is probably washing it every 3 to 4 weeks. The most I've had to leave brushes being washed is 6 weeks, and that was just for just so much was going on. But they keep, basically the reason I'm saying it is they keep very, very well. If you keep them well, they stay. They're really, really good. Real Techniques. Okay, so that's kind of that. You can see it's just giving me a little bit of color correction where I need it, making sure that's in. What I'm going to do now is go in with my Revolution, and this is the Super Matte Fix No Flashback, and it's the Rose baking powder. I use it under the eyes only. You can use it for all around the face, but I use the Rimmel Transparent 001, so that won't take away any of the colour that we've done all around the rest of the face, and I specifically use this for under the eye. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to pop that in here, and then I use my triangle puff to go under the eye. Just got to find that here. Guys, it's just been such a crazy week, honestly. Moving, I think, is one of the most stressful things they say you can do. As well as getting married and having children, I think, is the other thing. Moving, honestly, guys. And you also realise how much stuff you actually have. And I don't have storage anymore. Like, I got rid of storage. Yeah, it is definitely one of the most stressful things, because you have to make sure everything is ready, not only in this house but in the next place. You know, to make sure, you know, I've got a couple of days off work, which is very rare for me. And then one of the girls in work was like, oh, have a good time on your holiday. And I was like, it's not a holiday, I'm moving. It's all to move. So next year I might go somewhere, but this year there's not going to be a holiday. Just I have to invest in the move. So, okay. And I don't know about you, but what I really find stressful about the moving is packing up all your plates and glasses and making sure nothing breaks, and all the, you know, I think I've got a friend of mine is giving me her boxes because she just happens to be moving in with her girlfriend, and she's just moved. Her and her girlfriend moved. They didn't know what to do with their boxes. I kind of found out quite late about this property that's closer to work, so that's why I actually travel to work, guys, an hour and a half there and back. So this actual relocation will be good financially, but it's just the whole process. And she said, I wasn't sure what to do with my boxes. I was just going to bring them to the recycle. And I said, no, I would, if you don't mind, I'll definitely take them off your hands. And so that's great. So she moved, she's getting herself all set up with her girlfriend in the new place, and so I will take those boxes off her hands for sure. Okay, So that's it, guys. It just kind of, and what I did is, if you're wondering why I put it under the eyes and things like that, anything that's remaining, just so I don't waste the product, I put in the T-zone. So what we're going to do now is go in with the transparent 001. I'm actually dyeing my hair tonight too, guys, myself. I'm using the Garnier Nutrice, the Davina McCall brown, because I can't even go to the hairdressers. Everything's crazy. I'll draw the line of cutting my own hair, but I can colour my own hair. Okay, so what we're going to do is go in with transparent 001. I'm actually going to use the foundation brush, or no, actually I won't. I'll use the Big Bertha from DJS Beauty. And we're just gonna, I hope the lighting's okay for you today, guys. I've got all my lights on, but I also have, just facing forward, the windows with the blinds up, just so we get a little bit of lighting. And I'm just really, you can see I'm not dragging the skin, really setting it, placing it really, before we go in with our bronzer, which is going to be Kiko Milano. Okay, again, it's something that's in my rotation. Okay. Let's put that back. Kiko Milano, and then we're going to have a water, because so even after this, guys, I've got so much to do. I'm getting the keys today. Deposits were put down. Keys today, just do the look around, the inspection there on their side to make sure that everything. There was a couple of things that needed to be done before I moved in, so that's going to happen. Let me get my contour brush just to show you. So you can see I'm making, so Kiko Milano, you do get a mirror, but I won't blind you guys. But that's what it's really nice. I think this would suit maybe even light to medium, right up to medium skin tones. So I'm just going to take my contour brush. Again, if we do need to go in with a blender, kind of bigger blender brush to buff anything out, we will. But yeah, so meeting Sophie today, then 3:30, going straight to the house to do the final inspection on their part, just because there was a couple of things that needed to be done, and then it's just kind of signed off that yes, that was done before I move in, and then I come back here and I continue to pack. And if you're wondering, oh, you're not moving for a couple of weeks, it's only because of my work schedule that I need to kind of make use of the time that I have. So yeah, it's crazy, guys, it's crazy. But in the long run, yes, it's been an expense to move for sure, and I've had to do overtime and everything to make sure I have deposits, etc. But in the long run, there will be no cost to travel. God, 10-minute walk to work, if that. Tesco's nearby, so I don't have to do like a delivery. I mean, even the delivery costs now, guys, if you want to do Tesco or Asda or anything like that, there's always like you can get what you want, and then it's depending on the time, if there's a delivery cost as well. So it's just to make sure you're there for when they come. So Tesco is literally 6 minutes away. So I can hopefully, instead of doing those weekly or bi-weekly shops, I'll go every 4 days and just get what I need. So I'm hoping, guys, it's like a longer term plan, really, because I'm not moving job really until I really decide what I want to do, whether that's going back into teaching. I want to really concentrate on the channel, which will give me more time. You know, I'm not going to be traveling back and having to set everything up. I won't be very far away. So that's that, guys. You can see it's very natural. I didn't want to go too shimmery because we are going in with yellow. It's quite a bright color, isn't it? So what we're going to do now is I did bring my NARS tester. This was a tester version on Look Fantastic. I got, what is that pink on my, I don't know what that pink is. This is Orgasm. It's their one of their most so basically I got the 4 iconics, and the reason they were called iconic, there's no mirror, is that they were the four most iconic products that they ever sold. So I got the Climax mascara, I got my Creme Brulee concealer, which you get a choice, and I got the Laguna bronzer, and then this as well, all for £30. I mean, it was amazing. So what I'm going to do is go in with my clean. This is kind of more of a, yes, I like that, this brush here. I think that I got this on Shein a while ago. I just haven't used them, but I am going in with a massive brush clean when I move. I'm going to spray them. If I show you guys what I do, so say you don't have time, I'm hoping my mirror doesn't, yeah, you don't have time to kind of do a massive intense brush clean. This is the antibacterial makeup spray Pro Hygiene collection. I got it on Amazon. Give everything a quick spray, but when I move, I'm not gonna wash them now, move, and then they all get, you know, it's dust collects or something happens in moving or motion or something like that. So what I'll do is I'm spraying them, and then when I move, a massive deep clean. that's the plan. So this is what it looks like. It's kind of shimmery. It is buildable, guys. So it's very light when it comes off, and I think I've said that before. That did surprise me. So we're going to go in with that my hair will be better tonight. I can see there's little bits and pieces there. Okay, so we're going to go in with the blush, really get that onto the brush there and start to, you can see it does take a while to come on, guys, it really does, which surprised me. So if we need to, I can see it's coming off on camera now, but or coming off in the mirror, not so much on camera, surprisingly. Wow, it is coming off super. Okay, do that maybe. Can you see that? Wow. There's a highlight there, but it's not showing the pink, but the pink is coming up off of camera, so I don't want to overdo it. Maybe when I'm uploading it will look different, but that's what it looks like, guys. Really, just a nice flushed color. Oh yeah, as you come back, you can see perfect. Yeah, you can see as I kind of lean back. So that's what we're going to do on the other side. And we're just gonna, and I think it just really suits today's look because I didn't want to go in an intense, I'm going through a berry phase of blushes, really liking the berry colors. Yes, as I come back, you can see it, but as I move forward, it kind of disappears. How strange. And maybe because it's just quite shimmery, I would imagine. So we're going to go in with my brows, and if I've brought it here, yes, I have. So we're going to go in. It's not showing up as intense on the other side. Just looking at the mirror. Okay, yes, I think that's okay. Okay, so what we're going to do is go in with our e.l.f. brow, and this is the e.l.f. Holy Strokes Micro Brow Pen. And if it's, gosh, I'm so warm today, guys, it won't come off. One moment. Okay, so it's like a just like a pen. You do have to give it a shake. And I'm just making sure everything's in line there. But I will consistently Saturday do longer form content. It won't always be eyeshadow palettes. It could be kind of what's going on, which might be easier and more interesting for you guys too. So it's not always going to be a color of an eyeshadow or makeup. Particularly if I'm moving, it might be kind of a vlog style. Also, I take your kind of I note your interests too. So if there's anything comment wise you'd like to see, absolutely. So it will be a bit more interesting, obviously, as I'm coming up towards moving and things like that. There'll be different bits and pieces and plans that I have in place to record, but this, what I mean is, the longer form content will always be here. I'm very new to lives and they are consistent, so if you ever want to catch up on them or join me, they're 8:30 UK time on Sundays, Wednesdays and Mondays. So and then if I do a live in between, I do kind of put it on my posts that day, so you can expect it as well. Okay, so that doesn't take very long, and you can see it's quite natural. So what I'm going to do is pop on some primer. Now, don't worry, you don't need a primer. You can have a concealer would work too. Some people don't believe in primer for the eyes. If I don't have the primer here, we will skip that step. I usually use my Profusion, but I may have in packing. I've started to pack. Do I have it? It may not be here. No, I think I might have started to pack things. Okay, that's fine. You can use concealer, which we can do. So that's kind of the base. So what we might do now, guys, is spray once and then spray when the eyeshadow's on. So I'm just going to set everything. This is the e.l.f. Power Grip Dewy Setting Spray, and that's what that looks like. It's a mist, so it doesn't feel as heavy as a spray. Okay, and very light, but it definitely works. I'm really getting through that, guys, and I've only had it a week. Just let that sit there. What we're going to do is pop a little bit, while that's setting, let's pop a little bit of concealer on the back of the hand, because we're not going to directly apply it to the eye, and that's going to be kind of what's going to grip the eyeshadow. You certainly don't need eyeshadow primer if you don't believe in it, or your kind of budget doesn't stretch to that. That's absolutely fine. I'm just gonna bring warm. You can use a brush if you want to. I'm just using my fingers because it just warms it up really quickly, and that's just really going to help us. And then I'm obviously just bringing that back to the hairline too, so it doesn't look too unnatural. And then we're going to pop on those yellows. But I'm very open, you guys, to video ideas or things you'd like to see. But they will be consistently every Saturday. Okay, so that doesn't take long, and that was just the e.l.f. Camo Hydrating Concealer that we popped below the eyes. Let's take a look. I'm just going to pop things back in here, and then we're going to have a look at that, those yellows. I am going to put a warm brown as a crease color, because I think warm browns and yellows, particularly if you want to go out during the day or you don't want it to be so kind of, you know, shocking, yet warm browns and yellows go together quite well. So that's what we're going to do. My mascara is going to be the Fenty Beauty Hella Thick Mascara. So let's just pop these back. Moving, guys, honestly, it's one of those things, isn't it? And I don't think it would be as hectic if she had said at the very beginning, and it's not her fault, but if she had said, you know, in the beginning, I think she was thinking of coming back, and then 2 weeks before, 3 weeks before I leave, she wants to show the house. So it's just been a little bit of a chaos. So before we go into those yellows, let's find a nice warm brown. I'm just going to take some water. It's really rainy today, but I'm not complaining because it's nice and cool. Okay. So having a look here, I think the warmest brown is this one right here. This is quite dark, and because it's the daytime today, I think I'll go with that. Let's do a quick swatch. There we go. That's what that looks like. So we're going to go in with that brown, and you will find, guys, that I think we found this before with this palette, is that we'd swatch it and then we'd put it on and it would look much deeper, and I've kept that in mind. So this is just the e.l.f. fluffy brush. I want to cut the crease first because that will control the yellow. So this is what it looks like on the brush. I do feel like it'll come off a lot warmer. Just dapping off the excess. Yeah, you see how strong that is? So we found that the last time, I think. Not that I'm complaining, you do get really good wear out of these. But it's a beautiful colour, and you wouldn't think browns and yellows straight away, you wouldn't think, oh my goodness. But actually, they do go really well together. And then I'm just using what's remaining on the brush. If I need to go back in, I will. Just so we don't get too much deep colour. That has kind of gone a bit too far in. Okay, and we're just going to see how that's kind of really looks warmer. And then if I just swatch it on the finger, you'll see again what I mean. So that's it on both sides. If I swatch it on the finger, this is what it looks like, and this is what we've gotten. So you do get really good payoff with that. And now we're going to look at the yellows. So this is the yellows. So I'm not going to go in with a huge bright yellow, but look at these colors. You certainly have a choice there, and at the very top there you've got the glitter. What I'm going to do is, and it's coming off a little bit brighter on screen, but I'm going to go in with this. This is the kind of medium toned out of all of these here. So that's what we're going to do. I'm just going to show you what it looks like, and again, it might look completely different when we put it on, but that's what that looks like. If I put it together, you might think that's not going to suit, but as we do it, you'll see, and we do get a really nice gradient as well. So we're going to use a applicator brush, and then I'll go in with my hand if I need to. Got some dog walkers out there, guys. I'm actually right at my window is directly here, so I've had the blinds up and the windows open earlier on. So that's what it looks like on the brush. We're going to start from the inside and move outwards, and you can see there, guys, and you're thinking I could definitely wear this during the day. Absolutely, and that's kind of what I wanted to show today. There's certainly really beautiful glitter yellow looks you could do, but as you see, when it goes on, it's not too shocking, and you can really see the how they kind of suit one another. Now you can bring that up too, because obviously I do have hooded eyes slightly, so I'm gonna go in a little bit higher than anybody else usually would. Now you can see that because I have slightly hooded eyes. I think as I get older I will probably have hooded eyes. It's just something that's happened over time. These things can be genetic as well. So you can see now the difference. If I need to bring that up more, because you can see if I don't, it kind of just, the color just disappears. So what we're going to do is go in again, putting a bit more pressure on the brush to get that yellow to really pop. And we're starting to get there now. So that's so quick, isn't it? Super quick, but really pretty. Yellows, don't be afraid of colour, and that's what I'm learning as I get older. I'm not going to be afraid of colour. I do have kind of colours that I favour, and so I'm trying to get out of that colour, that kind of comfort zone as well. Obviously support work, you can't do this, but I think that's why I enjoy the brighter colours, is because I don't get to do this. I'm not a full-time makeup artist. I can't kind of express myself like this, but I love this. What I'm actually going to do now is go back in with the e.l.f. fluffy brush, go back into that medium toned brown, and just right at the top, we will just bring back that brown. And that's what you get. So what you could do is go in with the white, and this is the white I'm going to go in with, and I'm going to go into the inner corners of the eye before we put our mascara on, because that's really going to make it pop. So this is the white, and what I'm going to do is just pop that in the inner corners just to give a bit of pop, and then it deflects right back onto the colour, so you can see there. So that's what we've got, guys. Pictures will be in natural lighting. What I'll do is I'll pop on my mascara. I'll just show you what it is first. I've got everything what I thought was organised. It is the NARS, not NARS, sorry, Fenty Beauty mascara. And we might pop that on. Or do I have another one that's close by? Close, I do actually. Let's go in curling the lashes, and we are going to use the Collections Mile High mascara. So we'll do that. And come back. The day is getting a little bit darker, but I have all my lights here, so I thought that might have helped a little bit. And what I'll do is do the mascara and come back. So guys, that's what it looks like just with mascara. Again, I do have an aversion to lashes, so you could certainly do that. I'm going to go in with my lip oil from Revolution. This is the Pout lip oil. Really, really good. But obviously, guys, you could certainly go in with mascara or liner and lashes, and that would definitely enhance the look. I'm going out today meeting Sophie, so I think I'll keep it at this. But I did want to let you know, don't be afraid to kind of go for those yellowish colours, oranges, anything bright. I did blue in my last one from the same palette. So this is the Ucanbe Exotic Flavours. It's available on Amazon. I don't think it's any more than £7 or £8, certainly not under 10. But that's it, guys. Pictures will be in the post section. I might put one up before this so you can see what it looks like. Have a great day, guys. I will see you Sunday. If you do follow my lives, or you don't know, I do lives now Sundays at 8:30, Mondays and Wednesdays. So I'll see you then, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you for all the subscribers. I really do appreciate you all. It means a lot to me. Have a great weekend.